Hey everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. It's Monday, that means it's time for a Movie Monday. Today we're right back onto the DC animated films with Justice League: New Frontier. That's right everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers Movie Monday. We're going to be talking about Justice League: New Frontier. I'm Rockin Robbie Billups, this is...
Jelani, Bullard.
And this is...
Brooks.
Ultimately, first of all, this is based on a graphic novel by Darwyn Cooke. Rest in peace. He passed away not too long ago. Love this cat's work. Love his artistic style. Love his writing style. I love this graphic novel. I was really excited when this was announced as the second film after Superman Doomsday. I wasn't really feeling Doomsday, as we talked about 2 weeks ago. But I was really excited for this one. It did not let me down. I love this movie. It's still one of my favorite DC animated films out there. It's one of my favorite Justice League movies ever. It might be my favorite Justice League movie ever. This is so good. It's a big tribute to the Silver Age. I love that. It's basically a Hal Jordan and a Martian Manhunter story. But obviously this is not as elaborate as the comic book series. A lot of stuff had to be cut out to make it fit in that tight little 1 hour and 15 minutes, 1 hour and a quarter. That's what they feel like they need to do, but it still really captured the story. Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman were in there enough, but they weren't the main characters. They shined. I love the cast, especially Kyle MacLachlan as Superman, but we'll get to that. But that's what I think. I'm in love with this movie. Jelani, what do you think about Justice League: New Frontier?
I loved it. I agree.
Okay.
I mean, the style is perfect. I mean, they got Darwyn Cooke's artwork to a T.
Yeah, man.
It has
it even has some of his artwork in there. Yeah.
I like the interplay between the characters and the Silver Age. People didn't get along in parts of this movie. Like the Blackhawks are in, Adam Strange is in it. It's just it gives that bridge, and it's 1960. So I think it takes place like in April 1960 or something like that. So it's like a picture in time. And it shows it so well on screen. It's colorful. The villain, the center.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's insane.
Dinosaur Island.
It's
so crazy, big, menacing, threatening.
It's perfect as a villain.
Yeah.
Like you're fighting land, and we don't know how to fight it because it wants to kill everything. And I love how Wonder Woman is portrayed in this, which is basically Xena.
Yeah, loosely lawless.
It's loosely lawless. So I like all the characters. I like how Neil Patrick Harris does Flash.
Yeah, Flash.
The introduction with Captain Cole, and he robs what was that place, like Las Vegas or something?
Yeah, it was Las Vegas.
Yeah, that whole bank heist.
That's a great little scene.
I love that scene. I loved there are moments in this movie.
I totally almost feel like
really
Flash kills Captain Cold in that moment.
Yeah,
remember
I'm
he
sure he
freezes him in
does.
that big mountain.
I think he's dead.
Anytime you see somebody like frozen completely covered in ice, they're dead.
They're dead. You're
Not
done.
in comic books.
They're any cartoon with Iceman in it, like every time he just freezes them over, he just killed him.
Yeah. You're dead.
But I think there's like a 5-minute rule or something.
You're
right
warm.
in comic books at least.
It has to be because he's pretty much dead. Because who got him down?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Anyway, it's just a lot of great scenes together in this film, like Hal Jordan trying to get flying into the and both of his co-pilots betray him in some form or fashion. And it's a good film because it's so much to talk about.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
really is.
There's so much to talk about. So I enjoyed it. I love this film. It's 2 thumbs up for me, and we'll talk about your digs too.
Absolutely. Brooks, what do you think about Justice League: New Frontier?
I liked it a lot, and I'm not really as knowledgeable about old Silver Age DC characters as some, but I knew a little bit because I'd read some collections they had at the library, like of old DC stuff. But it was very, old DC can be kind of confusing, sort of.
And it's got a lot of
because so much of their stories are just so ridiculous and don't give a shit. Just throw this at the hero, throw Starro the Conqueror at him.
Yeah.
Which I'm very disappointed wasn't the villain of this one.
Right. It was in the credits. It was in the credits.
It's Dinosaur Island.
It's Dinosaur Island.
I mean, Starro the Conqueror, man.
Okay, I get it. But they show Starro at the end when they show the formation.
He does get like a cameo.
Yeah.
It was at the
So it was kind of designed to fit in as a bridge between the Golden Age to the Silver Age. That's exactly what Darwyn Cooke wanted this to be. It's a big tribute to that era in America where we felt like it was endless. Everybody had this positive vibe. Yeah, we had the threat of the Cold War, so there was threats out there.
Yeah,
but we were racing to space.
Communism is like the real enemy.
Yeah, but because of all that, we were in the space race, and we were talking about exploring. It even ends with the John Kennedy, right? And that actual speech from him, and that's how the book ends. And the book also deals with a lot of like social issues of the time.
Yeah.
With Hooded Justice.
Hooded Justice.
No, that's the Watchmen character,
No.
right?
Yeah, it was him.
Is it Hooded Justice?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
yeah.
thought that was weird. Like, whoa, there's a Watchmen character?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty dope, you know, and I
That's
really
true.
like that.
Yeah.
And like I really like that it captures, it takes on a lot of those themes. It takes on themes of alienation and isolation with the character of Martian Manhunter.
Yes,
you know, and I really think they did Hal Jordan right too, and that's David Angel Boreanaz.
Yes.
You know, my inspiration. Period. I love that guy so much. Seriously, call
James
me.
Franco.
Maybe. Anyway, yeah, James Franco's so dreamy. Me and Brooks got a thing for James Franco.
Yeah.
Anyway, I really love the characters of this movie. I love the cast. I would say that my favorite cast member, though, there's a brilliant cast, seriously. And Jeremy Sisto.
You got it.
I love this Batman. It's so different, but it really like grew on me. But I
He
think,
has that deep gravelly.
yeah, and
Yeah.
he never breaks
But
that
it sounds
tone.
more natural, you know, like he's not like he's trying to.
And he's
sound
got a great arc in that movie too, especially where he's like, you know, I came here to scare criminals, not,
not
kids.
kids.
Yeah.
Robin, have you done your homework?
Right. My favorite bit though is Kyle MacLachlan as Superman. Like that's better than Tim Daly to me. Like that's
What?
seriously, Kyle MacLachlan's Superman voice is like spot on perfect for me in this. Like it really is, and I just love it so much. What about in the cast? Who stands out for you?
Neil Patrick Harris is the Flash.
Okay.
That one scene was great. I've always liked Neil Patrick Harris as Flash.
Yeah.
He's done it really well. Let's see, my second favorite. Oh God! Oh, of course, yeah, Lucy Lawless
Yeah.
as Wonder Woman. She had a great presence. She knew that character. She knew how to work that character.
And John Hurt is Ace.
Who was Aquaman?
Who knows?
Aquaman
It's just some random dude at the end. This guy keeps
Alright.
talking about someone named Lois, and he has a long hair.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
little weird, but that's fine.
But you love him.
Yeah, he does. Brooke Shields is in this movie. She's that's
Who is she?
Carol Ferris.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the one thing about the Green Lantern arc is I really like it, but it feels like, especially in the movie, because they have to cut out so much, when he becomes Green Lantern, that just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't even use the
Yeah,
ring until the very
At
end.
the very end. He's like,
he's Hal
oh, I
Jordan
forgot.
3/4 of the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe even
Which
7.
is fine because
maybe
it
even
creates
7
him
8.
as a character. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
And it helps with Martian Manhunter.
Martian Manhunter is great. And I was trying to figure out who was the guy who did Martian Manhunter, and I don't know if that's Phil. No, that's Miguel Ferrer.
That's right.
Yes.
He passed away recently.
He did pass away recently.
Yeah.
He's in a lot of stuff, man. He's in
that
Twin
guy
Peaks,
in a
wasn't
lot
he?
of movies. He's in Twin Peaks
Yeah,
too.
man. And he
He's,
did Martian Manhunter and did a great job. And one of
Yeah.
my favorite moments is when that Faraday dude, right?
Yeah.
Who's like the government guy at first, and then eventually
Yeah,
he
he
learns to trust
yeah.
Martian Manhunter and all that stuff. When Martian Manhunter's like, oh, I don't want to scare him, so how does this sound? And then all of a sudden he looks, and he's like, how does this look? And he just goes, it's all right, but real men wear pants. I don't know. I love that so much. Any cast members stick out for you? Any voices?
Oh, Lucy Lawless, obviously, even though she's not in it that much. Like the scenes
What-
with Wonder Woman were really enjoyable.
What about
I
the
liked
scene
them.
when she like
The,
flies in?
like the first scene where Superman comes in and like
She's
got
liberated all the
she's
women?
got this liberated women
Yeah.
army, and Superman's all
I gave him
like, you
guns.
know, he's all like, you can stop. She's like, make me, pretty much, you know.
Yeah.
Talking
Like,
about
she's
dealing
actually
with
taller.
social issues.
She's
of the
actually
time,
like
right?
slightly taller than Superman too.
Oh yeah, but he definitely draws her like an Amazon and gives her that like thickness and that just strength and that like that just sturdiness, that steadfastness, right? And what about that scene when she comes in on her jet
Yeah,
and she's been
it's like-
complete, and it's just blood?
You just see all this red stuff, like, what is that? And then you like see it's her blood
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
the cockpit, and like she's all like beat up, and she like gets out, but then like a few minutes later, she's like back up fighting.
Oh yeah.
And you know, I love the idea that Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen are news reporters in this.
Yeah.
I think that makes a lot more sense today and definitely back even in the '60s. Like
The actual
just-
footage. Yeah.
right. And it was cool. And Jimmy Olsen's not quite annoying in this. So
Yeah.
I would leave this
Oh, you want
iteration
him
of
dead.
Jimmy Olsen alive in my giant crisis on Jimmy Olsen.
You gotta kill them all.
What about
man.
Jimmy Olsen Prime?
I'm definitely planning. We're plotting this thing out. But this is going to be the hero of the story. Will be the Jimmy Olsen in this one. But I love it. I love it so much. I love Martian Manhunter. I love his story. I love Hal Jordan. I love all the little bits. We talked about Adam Strange in the movie.
Yeah.
The Blackhawks, the Challengers of the
Challengers
Unknown.
Unknown.
Aquaman at the
Yes.
end there.
It was so
I
good.
love all those little nods. They give a little bit of a story for Flash. They put a little bit of a story in for Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, but it's definitely a Hal and a Jean type thing. And I think that's really strong.
Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman are kind of like secondary characters who
yeah.
are in this world, but like it
Not
only
the
is like
main
they're only
ones.
real. It's like they're always tied to whatever character.
And it makes them seem more godlike
Yeah.
to be in that role. And that's why when Superman goes after the sinner and gets taken out,
Yeah.
it's some
He was
serious
done.
shit, man.
He was really done.
Superman also left Martian Manhunter in like government custody.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Like,
did.
what are you gonna do with
He
him?
was still a government stooge at that time, right?
Yeah.
Because he's trying to work with the government because they're
They're
going
like,
through
call
some
the
of that.
big guy.
They are going through some of that
Yeah.
Watchmen type stuff where
Yeah.
they're like the government is coming down
McCarthyism.
on McCarthyism. They're
Yeah.
coming down, and I love all that stuff. I love all those references. It works so well. The book is so much better,
Yeah.
but this
It
is outstanding in our opinions. Apparently, I love it so much. So let's rank it out of 5 possible you digs. Jelani, what do you give New Frontier?
I give it like a good 4.5.
4.5, very high score.
Yeah, it's a good story told over multiple characters really quickly, and yet it gets its point across.
Yeah.
And it gets what you want out of your superheroes and your government. I loved it. It's really clean.
Absolutely, absolutely. Speaking of clean, Brooks, what you rank this movie?
I'd give it a 4.
4, solid 4.
I like it. But it's a dark movie. Like it
starts off with a
with a
dude
dude shooting himself in the head.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus Christ! Already this movie's like super dark, and it does have fun moments.
It's
but
got
it's
some
still
optimism
kind of,
too.
yeah. But
It ends hopeful.
it's like, you wouldn't want to pop this movie in if you're like feeling super depressed or something like. Oh,
Yeah, and
life
you don't
sucks.
want to throw this one in front of the
Justice League,
kids.
New Frontier.
No.
This will make me feel better.
Imagine the parents that bought this movie for their 8-year-olds because it was a Justice League
Yeah.
cartoon.
And it's so cheery.
First thing you see is seriously a dude popping himself like crazy. So 4 you digs, 4.5. I'm agreeing with Jelani, 4.5. I love this so much. It's not quite pitch perfect. It's got some. It just has to shorten itself too much. It doesn't have enough space to really have the feel of the original graphic novel, but it's so good. It captures it, the tone. It captures the vibe. It's a big tribute to the Silver Age, a big tribute to Darwyn Cooke's work, and I just love it so much. For 4.5, 4 for an average of 4.33349786531. Yes, right. Right? So we
sure.
like it, in other words. There's a link down below to get it. If you haven't already, you should definitely watch it. If you have watched it, let us know how many you digs you give it in the comments down below and anything else you want to talk about. Be sure to join us next week where we continue our looks at the DC animated films with Batman, Gotham Knight. We are very excited to get to that one. These movies, Doomsday's a little shaky. It seems like we're all right. It's okay. But this one, it really started setting the bar high. And I really think that a lot of the DC animated films have kept that up for a while. So I'm excited to get to more of these movies. Be sure to join us next week. I've been Rockin Robbie Billups. This is
Jelani Bullard.
This is
Brooks.
And remember, popculturephilosophers.com for podcasts, blogs, and a whole lot more. You dig?